Hello, hello. You can hear me either way. So, what's good? You feel me? A nigga need to get some shit. I'll be right back. What's good? Kitchen Couch TV. You know what the fuck going on, boy? Yeah, it ain't nothing new under the sun that I ain't seen. You feel me? We about to take this ibuprofen. What time is it? 7. I got some good. Ooh, today was a doozy, man. It really, man. This week has been kicking my ass in Seattle. Man, this weather out here is fucking kicking my motherfucking monkey ass. I tell you what, man. The depression is real, man. It's real. Shit's real, man. We need some remedies. How we fight the depression, man? Weed helps. Mushrooms help. This helps. That helps. I've been working out. I'm about to finish lifting in a little bit. I mean, man, I just doing everything in my damn power to try and get out this depression. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Um, Good news is I'm on the right side of it. I'm not on the thick of it. I'm not into the thick of it. You know what I mean? I'm in a good place where I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. But with this weather we're having, oh yeah, music. Definitely get the music going. I'm actually about to get some music going. I've been making some beats, man, doing some rhymes, doing some just all types of shit, man. Kind of racking my brain. Meditation, no, that's for sure. Actually, no, that's a good suggestion because I actually am right now. What I'm doing is uh, I'm redoing my whole schedule. So like right now, I'm trying to set a schedule. Right now, some of my time is free, so I'm like, okay, so here's times for meditation, for sleep, for smoking, intentional microdosing, etc. Ilana Van's audiobook called Get Over It. Ooh, I like it. I like that. Right now, I'm chewing on the Xyla Chews. If you guys don't know, those are actual gum that's good for your mouth. You feel me? And it's all natural, none of that plastic shit in it. Pop, pop the perk just to get me started. Nah, I just popped some ibuprofen like a real nigga. You feel me? We don't do perkies around here, although a perky one might be good. Shit, I ain't complaining about a perky. I can get one, but it's all good. It ain't no big deal. It ain't no big deal. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting some music going. I got some topics, man, but basically, depression is a really big one that's been going on in my head. And how am I gonna? He says, "Subtle art of not giving a fuck." Oh, I love that book. Actually, I fucks with that book heavy, heavy. I really love that book. Help me. There's another book that really helps me too. It's called "Manifest Your Destiny" by Dr. Wayne Dwyer. Dr. Wayne Dyer, and that shit is good as hell. It's so good. It's just real. Also, Eckhart Tolle. Thank you. You guys are reminding me. These are some of the books I need to be rereading. Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. That's one of my favorite books all time, hands down, easily. Um, Definitely do a lot of audiobooks around here for sure. Um, I want to do a macro dose, and I'm trying to think of a way. Okay, so let me tell you guys what my problem is. So right now, the Kitchen Couch TV, you feel me? Here's a little behind the scenes. Like, basically, I have all this content. I collect content all the time, whether it be art, cooking recipes. I do a lot of it off the camera, and a lot of people want to see the shit, but it's like, y'all see my fucking, the secret's good. Y'all see my kitchen, man. I'd be ashamed. I'd be having kitchen envy, man. I got a real nigga kitchen, but like, trust, when I get that nice ass kitchen, it's about to be on and cracking. But I might be live streaming here from doing some plates here, maybe in a couple weeks. So we'll see about that. We're trying to incorporate a lot more food on here, but incorporating the food on the kitchen couch, other than just eating meals, like cooking meals and stuff like that, kind of can be a little bit of a challenge. So I'm trying to figure out how to get more food on here, because I know you guys want to see what type of shit I be eating. Craziness. Honestly, I just got we got the daily harvest. Me and Miss Puff got the daily harvest, and the daily harvest is pretty good, honestly. We doctor up. They're these bowls, vegan, real simple ingredients, really good for you. They got all types of stuff. So I mean, that's not an ad either. That's just really good shit that we've been fucking with. Keeps the kitchen easy to maintain. Um, there's just that. So also, making a lot more music, which is not a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with making music, but I kind of haven't been dropping the podcast like I would like to, on time as I'd like to. So I apologize to people out there who are getting the podcast late or the RSS, although you guys are getting some good shit. We haven't gotten any foraging videos where we're doing some foraging. We did get some opium lettuce, but we're trying to, go forage and get more mushrooms. It's morel season. We haven't been able to get that between running around and doing this and doing that. And we're also growing some vegetables, some potatoes and some peas. And what else are we growing? We're growing some green onions, which are, oh man. So I'm coming out with some things, man. But right now I'm actually into the thick of it. Shout out to Backyardigans. I'm definitely into the thick of it right now. So my problem is that I'm trying to build a team. I'm trying to get shit started. I'm trying to get shit lit, elevated. And obviously I'm a one-man crew. Me and Miss Puff. But it's kind of a lot of things. I really want to start hiring people, or at least hire one other person to I dropped the weed. Damn, I dropped the weed. I want to hire one other person to help me with this kitchen couch shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Ooh, purple tomatillo? Oh my god. Oh, sativa genetics too. If you got any of those genetics, I definitely would take some. Yeah, we'll talk about that on the DMs afterwards, but don't stress out on a schedule. Just release it as soon as you can. That's so true. I feel like once I get like a good following on my podcast, that's when my podcast tends to kind of, sometimes, not all the time, sometimes it tends to, like, I'll drop it Thursday. Boom, I'll get like 100 extra listeners. I'm like, whoa. Sorry. See, that's that shit right there. Oh, can you guys hear me? I'm over here rolling up some weed anyway, so you guys are along with the light. But basically, I'm just sorry if I tapped you out there, Instagram. But yeah, basically, there's just a lot of things I'm doing right now, and it's hard to. Yes, I'll definitely try some. There's just a lot of shit going on right now, and I really want to give my best intentions and really start collabing with people. I have so many ideas, but I think it's an ADHD thing where you get all these ideas and you get all this, man, you be writing down, working, and then things start slowing down and you kind of get a little bit depressed, a little bit slow, a little bit sluggish, you know? And so I get overwhelmed sometimes. Yeah, just doing everything else will follow. That's for sure. I'm trying to do that. I've got some cheat codes. I definitely could use some therapy. If you guys know where to get some, like a little website or something. I heard there's something about black therapists and stuff. Uh, but that's really like therapy is something that really. Ooh, I found a seed. Oh shit, I found a little seed. Ha. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely am looking to get back into therapy. I was doing a lot of therapy before. Oh, Ayalana. Okay. Um, no, for sure. You know, and I feel like, especially with psychedelics too, like the combination of psychedelics and um, therapy is a bomb ass combo. Hold up, let me get my charger real quick. This shit want to keep turning off. Yeah. Oh, it does too. It's just like somebody. It kind of makes you feel bougie when you have some therapy. You kind of feel like, damn, I got somebody who's listening to my whole ass problems. Like, honestly, getting therapy, that's some rich nigga shit. People don't want to accept that. Therapy is some rich nigga shit. Like, real talk. I got a whole ass professional to deal with my mental side. So we need to obviously come up with that. Yeah, you learn skills. Shout out to the 206 Geek too. What's good, man? Um, yeah, you do learn some dope skills from therapy. No, that's for sure. You get to really just coping mechanisms other than drugs. Coping mechanisms that aren't drugs. Because, like, I mean, I thank God that I'm saying I got a God consciousness and God body and all that. But I ain't gonna lie to you if I didn't say that drugs have helped me cope. I just thank God every day I don't have an addictive personality. Other than this weed, shit. Really, I know how to take breaks. Weed is the hardest thing to take a break from. I need to take a tea break anyway. You know what I'm saying? A tolerance break. Because my tolerance for weed is high. But I'm pretty sure sativa genetics can outsmoke me on my best day anyway. There was like, I don't know if it was, I think I caught COVID like last year too. I love weed. I'll never like fully quit it, by the way. I'll always be smoking or ingesting in some type of way. But I think last year or like, what was it, 2020, early 2020, I think I caught COVID. And twisting. I think it kind of fucked my lungs up. Like I've been smoking for years. I still got baby lungs. Like no joke, I got baby lungs. Like for real. Like watch. As soon as I light this motherfucker, I'm gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be smoking. I'm gonna be like, damn, like Cuddy, like you just be coughing like a son of a bitch, bro. I thought you said you've been smoking, bro. I do. I've been smoking for years. I just got baby lungs. I can't help it. Man, something wrong with these new raw papers too. They need to put more gum on them. Seriously, they keep bunching up and shit sometimes. They don't want to stick to the other side. I'm like, dude, shout out to Raw. I fucks with Raw. There we go. There we go. But they don't like to stick like they used to, man. Come on, man. Hey, I was looking. You guys want to hear something funny? Oh, magical couch. I need a lighter. Two lighters and two pens. Say, nigga, write some shit while you smoking that weed. You feel me? Yeah. I've been writing some verses. Ooh, yeah. I heard Burner's got some good papers too. Man, I've been writing some verses lately, and I'm trying to figure out, so writing raps is hard like spitting raps, even like some of the corniest shit. Yo, shout out to all these rappers though, for real. They make some of this shit look easy, and some of it is easy. But like, it's also shout out to their engineers, because the sound engineer is the one. You feel me? Man, this shit better light, man. Are you serious? Yeah, so I want to shout out to all the rappers out there, man. I've been trying. I mean, I wrote 3 verses over one song, and I still don't even like. I'm still not even sure if I like the original verses. It took, and I mean, granted, it's not like, and then it's like this. It's like sometimes I want to be just flowing and having it doing me right, but then sometimes I'll look at my flows. I'm like, I mean, they're dope. Don't get me wrong. This shit is dope. But I'm like, is it not lyrical enough? Like, do it gotta be lyrical every bar? Do I gotta be doing Black Thought? Like, there's a lot of dope ass rappers that I look up to, like Black Thought. You feel me? Like the Locksmith. If you guys don't know Locksmith, man, he's a real spitter from the Bay too. Been doing his thing for years. People didn't pay him. I remember Locksmith from back in the day. He had a song with Turf Talk. E40, man, one of my favorite rappers. Oh, actually, my favorite rapper, E40. No joke. I know pretty much all of his stuff. If I ain't heard of it, I know about it. You know what I mean? Like, nigga drop it constantly. Keek is a freestyler. If I know one. Fab, Mr. Fab, too. Shout out to Fabby Davis Jr. Microdose Moods, the EP. Oh, too short. Sugar Free, no doubt. Sugar Free's from Pomona, California, though. Oh, you're talking about freestylers, though. Yeah. Oh, the pack. Microdose Moods. I want to tell you guys something. I'm dropping a EP, and I need you guys to go run up these numbers, man. Run up these numbers. The EP is going to be called Microdose Moods, and it's dropping Juneteenth. June 19th is dropping. I might even drop it a day earlier just so that it's rocking on Juneteenth. Just so I make sure the shit's out on Juneteenth. You know how that distro kid shit where oh yeah. You remember that? Yeah. Steve Genetics is talking about the Van song, but they look like sneakers. I remember I was a skating ass kid. If you guys couldn't tell, I was a nigga that skateboarded. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, Instagram's acting up on me. Really, I was a nigga that skateboarded. You feel me? I was fucking kicking and pushing. Lupe Fiasco. I had my packs. I had my Vans on. I was back there, you know what I'm saying? Kick flipping and all that. Really? Come on. Can you hear me, Instagram? You know, I was kicking and I was pushing. I was kick flipping and what the fuck? Come on, Instagram. Oh, lost the follower. I'm sorry, guys. We're going to light back up. Okay. So let's bring it back. We were talking about rapping. We were talking about the pack. We were talking about the Vans song. Had the Vans on. What's up, Shamant? We're talking about the Vans song. You feel me? Got my Vans on, but they look like sneakers. I was a skateboarding ass nigga back in the day. You feel me? I kicked and pushed with the best of them. I was doing some kickflip, varial, aerial, 360 type of all type shits, nigga. You feel me? So when that song came out with the Vans song, I was like, what? Man, everybody was clowning me on about my Vans. Everybody had Jordans, nigga. I just recently got my first pair of Jordans. Oh, my nigga Shaman, bro. This gonna be a good one. This is my guy from the Tizown. Okay. Wear Coke White, but my Vans fucking clean. Yes. See, okay, to this day, I just recently. Shaman,
yo,
what's good, bro? Like, what up? Shaman's in here, man.
I'm frozen.
Am I frozen?
I'm at work right now.
Hey, man.
Why the hell, man, the reception sucks.
Really? I just paid my bill.
No, I paid my bill too. Oh shit, I'm dropping my phone. Hold up.
Hey, round of applause for my guy Shamar. What's good, brother? How you doing it, man? It's gonna be lagging, bro.
Okay, are we back in there?
Is it gonna be lagging?
We're lagging.
Hold up.
Lagging.
Hold up. I got you.
I can't hear you.
All right, what about now? I can see you, hear you.
I can hear you. You're not. I was on your Facebook Live too.
Oh yeah, I'm still streaming right now.
It's ugly. Hold up. I'm gonna re-add. Hold on.
That's a bet. Nigga, man, all right. I guess I gotta step my game up, nigga. I'm paying 100 for 100 megs. I thought, you feel me? Not no 50 megs on some little boy shit, on some 100 meg shit. So I need to step my nigga game up. You feel me? On God, like.
Are we back in action?
Yes. 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 How you doing, bruh?
Man, I'm doing good, man. You're talking about Vans, man. You know what I just talked about?
What? Go ahead.
Do you remember when Vans used to be sold at Kmart and nobody used to rock them? You don't remember that?
Vans.
You don't remember? You don't remember when Vans were not popular back in like '98?
Well, no, because like they always had the Thrasher magazine was always rocking with Vans.
I feel you, but there was a point in time where cats was not rocking Levi's or Vans because they were being sold at Kmart.
I'm pretty sure.
And then they just blew up because of Tony Hawk, Pro Skater.
Bro, I've been a Levi wearing ass nigga. That's my shit. Levi's, bro.
Serious.
Like Levi's are me all day, every day. You can catch me in a nice pair of Levi's all day.
Yeah. What's up with you though, man?
Man, I'm just over here just trying to, you know what I'm saying, ski my way up to the top. I was telling Sativa Genetics how basically I recently just bought my first pair of Jordans, and they're not even classic 12s or whatever, just because I didn't grow up. Okay, I was a sneakerhead, but it wasn't like, it was like, bro, I had the Supras, I had Vans, I had motherfucking DCs, DVSs. I didn't have no Jordans ever until now. Like, now I got a couple pairs of Hirachis, you know, like, I got a Jordan jogger. Yeah, I don't really care because I'm not, you know, especially being in the Northwest, you can't really have nice ass white ass shoes either. I can't. You just can't. It's a wrap.
It's white shoes in the Northwest are seasonal.
And even then,
right? You might only rock them at nighttime or in the day. But let's just say this: you can sport some dirty ass white shoes in the summer and they look new. I don't know why.
That's so true.
Real shit.
That's true.
Sativa Genetics said they had the Osiris.
Yeah, I remember the Osiris. I never had a pair.
Those.
No, hey, I seen I seen this meme, brother, and it was like every chick that wear these, it was in Osiris, but it's like every chick that wear these shoes, she now does meth and or stands at 7-Eleven or something, rocks back and forth, and it was a pair of etnies, bro. I was like, no, hey, how many white chicks you see up in the Northwest with them etnies on? You know it's a problem.
That's true. That's true, man. But that's the thing, though. Like in the Northwest, we got our own style up here, though.
That's
true. Like we made North Face hella popular. You know
that's
what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Like, but the thing is, like, a lot of people will say people in New York blew up like Columbia or North Face because the whole vibe with like the Timbs, but it was really us out here.
We were wearing boots in general, all boots, Tim boots, fucking big old Mexican boots, and fucking you know what I mean, cowboy boots. Niggas wear every type of boots in the Northwest, every single type of boot. Doc Martens. That we're a boot wearing Columbias, everything. I have a pair of North Face boots, in fact. Big ass pair of snow boots. I never wear them though. It don't really snow up here though. But yeah, man, I've been making these beats, bro. I've been fucking just out here making like these beats, nigga. Trying to formulate my game, trying to come up with some dope shit for the kitchen couch and how I'm gonna level up. And basically,
are you rocking the bonnet in solidarity with Black women?
Oh, in solid. Well, yes.
You know what
yes.
You heard about that,
yes.
Right?
Yes, bro. Monique was wrong with that. How's she gonna speak to her own base? Like, nigga, can you think about it? When I think of Miss Parker, I think about her wearing a bonnet. Like, shut the fuck up. Every time you think about Monique, she wearing a damn bonnet. You feel me? Like, come on. A bandana, a fucking head wrapped up. Like, come on. And this is a Richport do-rags. Go ahead and buy you a black-owned do-rag, too. You feel me? RichportDurags.shop.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
Man,
Sativa Genetics says they're rocking their bonnet 24/7, 25/8.
Honestly, how do you feel about the bonnet situation? Like, do you feel like it's a
This is what I'm gonna say, man. People need to mind their own motherfucking business, man. You know, like, this is America. People should be able to express themselves, do whatever the fuck they want. Like, how are you offended by a bonnet?
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's so true. That's so true too. Because I'm just like, why?
And this is what it really comes down to, man. People minding their own fucking business. Because motherfuckers don't mind their own motherfucking business. Like, there's a sense of like individualism, right, in minding your own fucking business, but you can still care for the community and mind your motherfucking business.
Right.
You know?
Right.
That's the biggest thing, bro. Like, people just want to intervene and want to be prejudiced and courtail what people got going on. And it's like, man, professionalism is the new whiteness. You feel me?
I feel like I've been saying, man, me and this brother, we on the same fucking wave. We are the same fucking frequency so much because, I mean, I was thinking, man, head wraps should be protected under, what is it? The religious law. Cause cause you feel me? Like, okay, so like, think about it. Head wraps mean, okay, so a yarmulke, right? That's essentially a kufi. Those are all traditional head wraps. And let's not act like a nun also has a head wrap, a veil. It's not just Muslim. There are so many different people have things that cover their head because it's a spiritual thing. That's what I understand. So it's like they need to have it protected. You feel me? Because I'm like, why can't we wear this? You know what I'm saying? Out and about. I don't know. And also I feel like there's always this undertone of like, there's white people around. Stop acting up. You know what I mean? There's always this undertone.
Stop being black.
Hey, they're watching us, okay? We got to look like this. We got to do this. Like,
but wait till Louis Vuitton or Prada start making bonnets. then it's gonna be Eurocentric.
I think they already make. I think they already make bonnets.
For real?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure they already make bonnets. I'm almost certain.
God.
I'm almost certain they already make bonnets.
Watch, cause it's like, remember back in the day, like you can't even rock beads in your hair. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But now it's fashionable. You know, they got them on the runway rocking extensions and wave caps. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like a white girl wearing a do-rag now, I'm like, whoa.
No, I told Miss Puff to throw in the do-rag. There's a picture of her tying it. She looks so funny. Oh my God. Tying up that do-rag. I'm like, no, but this is she bought this for her head, honestly. And you know, she's a white woman, and it's like somebody that I know called her out a picture that I posted out for cultural appropriation. I'm like, and somebody posted Little House on the Prairie. I was on God dying. I was like, stop acting like bonnets are only like, okay, we style them, we make them fresh, we make them dope, period.
Yeah.
But like, they're not just a black thing. They're just not. I'm sorry.
No. Right. And that's the thing, though. Like, because you're absolutely right. Because, like, for me, cultural appropriation means that it's authentic over here to these people, but now you're profiting off of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, like, yeah, I guess. Or you're claiming that, well, it's just to keep my hair neat or to lay my hair down. That's understandable. But for us, bro, sometimes it's fashionable.
Right. Right.
That's true.
That's true.
But white people be like 10 years behind, and they don't pick up the shit till 10 years later, and then now it's popular. You know?
Right. Right.
And it's, I mean, I'm not gonna just say it is what it is, but it's just good to be mindful that we set trends, and then they said my babies wore bonnets. I mean, yeah. I believe I fuck with that.
They gotta protect their scalp, you feel me, from the demons. Honestly, okay, look, this is my understanding of why people keep their head wrapped. It's because, okay, there's a, like right here, your calic or whatever you want to call it, the spirits can come into your head. This sounds crazy. It can enter your body and exit your body. So like when you be around all these random ass people, you don't know what kind of energies they have. Your head be like not wrapped, and like you don't have any crystals. You don't got no protection, nothing, whatever. Even if it's a Jesus cross, that's what you wear. That's your protection spell or whatever, however you want to see it. So keeping your head wrapped, like it can keep you really protected and your energy intact. At least for me, it really keeps my energy hella intact. And also, like, you know, I got a receding hairline. I'm not even gonna lie. I ain't even give a fuck. But I've been trying to grow my hair out, you know what I'm saying? Get my shit going. Even though I have a receding hairline, my hair is nice as fuck. I don't even care. This shit's nice. You feel me? It's nice under here. You know what I mean? I be brushing my shit, oiling my shit. You feel me? Just, hey, it's receding, but shit, it look nice. It don't look all you know, niggas be having receding hairlines. It be all like unexfoliated and shit. You feel me?
Hey, that's some real shit though. But that's the thing though, man. Like, man, people just gotta be accepted to do what they do, you know. But oppressed people won't just be authentic. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not accepted into a position to be authentic.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Because it's our authenticity is perceived as unprofessional. You know? I mean, shit. I be wanting to do rag to work sometimes, and I'm a property manager. Like real shit.
I don't understand why it's a big deal. Like, you know what's so funny too? Growing up in the Northwest, I'm not truth bomb right here. Growing up, I was taught that wearing a do-rag was ghetto or whatever you want to say. I was even taught that. It was ingrained in me. And so
Yeah.
it took me a long time to think, like, so if I saw a black person wearing a do-rag, I'd be like, oh, they might be this, they might be that. Nigga, they might just be growing their waves out. I didn't know that. At the, like,
Right.
you know, I knew a couple niggas that was growing their waves. Don't get me wrong, but then, you know, you don't ask black people about their hair either. Niggas too.
Right.
You don't be like, what? Why are you wearing a wrap? Like, so it took me a long time to be like, oh, they wear wraps because, oh, we wear wraps because this. Oh, okay. Oh, shit. And I'm like, my hair's the same texture. I need to be doing this shit.
But this is the thing, though. When it comes down to blackness, we always have to have a reason or excuse on why we do what we do with being black. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
To make our presentation or our behavior justifiable,
accepted. Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And because, like, with us being trained and ingrained to not attract white negativity, right? That is us trying to assimilate, but it's also suppression, generational suppression from our ancestry, you know? And, like, that comes down to the point of, when do we say, fuck this?
Breaking general.
We're just gonna BS.
Breaking.
And that's what that really comes with our generation and that generational Z, you know? Because
oh my God,
it's really up to us to really change the social stigma of identity. Like, man, I seen this badass black girl, bro. She was rocking an all natural afro, bro.
Oof.
And she was fucking sexy as fuck.
Oof.
And I was like, fuck. Why don't more sisters rock afros?
Yeah, no, that's so true. Because they get shamed for it. It's unkept or something. When I think it's like, it's one of the most hardest hairstyles to maintain. You knew me when I had an afro. That shit is hard to maintain. That shit ain't no joke.
Yeah.
I was out here looking like Cornel West. You feel me?
Right. And then, like, you'll be fucked up and you'll have the Gumby and shit, and you'll be all, no, I feel you. But it's just that the main, and I don't want to say mainstream or majority, because I don't even like the term minority because it's stigmatizing, right? Because as a global content, we're not the minority. You see what I'm saying?
That part.
But the people just don't understand. Like, I remember I went to Idaho, and Idaho is white as fuck. I went to the mall, and I was the only black dude there. And I was tripping. Because everybody was like, oh, you play football for Wazoo or for Idaho? And I was like, no, I'm just here for mom's weekend trying to go to the mall. And I went to Macy's, bro, and white people were just stopping in the middle of the mall just staring at me. And, like, have you ever had somebody staring at you? And then you, like, look over your shoulder and, like, the fuck are they looking at? And you try to see what they're looking at and be like, oh, shit, they're looking at me.
Right.
You know? So,
yeah, yes.
So,
especially out in Idaho. Right.
So that, like, that indifference, but that attention from white people, technically it's almost like appraisal, technically.
It's so weird, and you're right, and that we have to, like, we're using that to justify basically our behavior. Like, oh, you know, we got to wear this just to, like. Sorry, I'm kind of having a loss of words. Basically, we need to be justifiable to the mass in America, right? When this is not, it's not. We're not monolithic either. So it's just so, like, there's so many different layers to it too, you know, not being monolithic, but also, like, for instance, wearing bonnets, like, this goes to every different parts of the world, like Sweden or Polish, and maybe even black people that are Polish or whatever. You don't fucking know. There's so many depths in there too. It's like, it's so weird, but, like, I don't know. I think also there is kind of a level too, because a lot of times there's this whole TikTok thing about dreads or locks. So, like, obviously we know that black people's hair locks perfectly. Like, it looks nice. If they keep it nice, it looks so nice easily. Yeah. But, like, you know that white people have dreads even at their nicest. I know white people that have dreads, the nicest ones too, and like not as nice as they can make it, it still breaks. You know what I mean? It's still not going to be as straight and as perfect and as nice. You're going to have to retwist them multiple times. But they're saying that in Iceland or some shit, the Vikings wore a type of dread. And so they're making it seem like, oh, well, I'm doing what my ancestors.
No. White people in Western civilization were not rocking dreads until they tried to assimilate with the Rastafari culture. Bob Marley really, had white people questioning their identity.
Yeah, that's true. That's so true.
But I've heard that argument from white people that they rock dreads because the Vikings rock dreads, and I'm like, but you're from Boston, Massachusetts. What the fuck does that have to do with the Vikings?
It's like, dude, you're from Bend, Oregon. What the fuck? Like,
and that's the thing. Like, that still goes down to like, is it appreciation or appropriation?
Right. You
feel me?
Okay, so I know multiple white dudes with dreads, right? I know one of them is probably the only dude that probably the cleanest dreads I've seen. And even then, it's like, he was like a rocker and shit, like, rock and roll and shit. So there's that. But he was a pretty clean person, generally speaking. And but it's like he knows when you ask him and you say, hey, that's a black hairstyle. He'd be like, yeah, I know, I really like it, and that's why I wanted to like implicate it. And so you're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
He's the only dude I know that would say that. He's the only person I know. So like, out of all the other people, get hella defensive, hella like, oh well, da 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 da. This is the only dude like, no.
But you already. That's because white people are not going to give POCs credit where it's due. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They always got to claim it for their own. But this is the thing, bro. When it comes down to that appreciation or appropriation, like I said, giving credit when it's due, acknowledging the origins of that culture. But I knew a lot because I went to a liberal college, bro. I went to the Evergreen State College, which is the most liberal college in the fucking world. I believe, right? And it's classified as such. But you wouldn't believe how many hipsters, quote unquote hipsters, went to school there, and right after, bro, they walked across the stage. Oh shit.
Yo, by the way, guys, this is master degree recipient Shamant, by the way.
So this is the thing, though. After they graduated, bro, you know how many white people I knew cut their dreads and then went to work at a firm or worked for the government or public service or whatever? Like all that shit is sweet when you're not getting paid or when you're not working for a white establishment.
Mm-hmm. Well, honestly, I know places that honestly like wouldn't hire somebody with a black dreads and would hire somebody with white dreads. Like there's like Google, for instance. Like there was a case at Google, I'm pretty sure. Like a lot of these main tech companies, though, they have this weird. Initially, when they came into Seattle, they had these weird like laws about you can only wear this and that. And as things came on, they started loosening up because more and more people were applying to Amazon, Google, and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure there was a couple cases.
Yeah.
But what do you think? Like, what do you think about it?
Are you talking about the policies that corporations and businesses make around like attire and presentation?
Yeah.
Well, it like you said, it changes once it becomes normalized when white people are promoting it, right? So that's why you have to look at like solidarity and allies a certain way. You feel me? Because at a white institution, if other white people are raising hell around the shit, but it overall supports people of color, right? Where do you come in? Where do you intervene as a member of that solidarity group? You see what I'm saying? And that's one thing I've just noticed, even like in Seattle, right? Like a lot of this movement around, like, yeah, you can say like Black Lives Matter has organized and started the just the rampening of reform around social injustice, but you also have allies from other groups that are in positions of power making difference. You know what I'm saying? Especially in areas of like lobby, policy making, budget allocation. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's kind of fucked up because Black people, other people of color have literally been saying the same shit around identity, right? But then white people start bringing up the shit, and then it's like, oh, let's listen. Let's listen to the people, right? So it's like, do you accept that solidarity? Right? Do you accept those allies? But do those allies give credit where it's due? You know what I'm saying? Are those allies saying, no, I'm doing this for Black people, for brown people, for indigenous people. I'm not doing this for myself.
Right.
You know, I'm not doing this out of white savior mentality.
I would like to think that there's a handful of white people that are just disgusting. I've met a couple. But you know what's funny? And I really need to get your take on this. A lot of I've met some hippie people, even the hippiest of people, are denying their kid learn critical race theory. A lot of these people are coming out of the woodworks. They're like, oh, it's all fun and games, Black Lives Matter, but critical race theory, I'm not an oppressor just for being born. I've heard this comment multiple times. They're teaching my kid that I'm an oppressor just for being born. They're not.
Yeah.
They're teaching.
That's the thing. That's because you still have people that think they're in a post-racial society. You see what I'm saying? So when you lecture around critical race theory, you're making people uncomfortable around the truth. You see what I'm saying? The common person doesn't even like history unless they know how to benefit from history.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, if you like, and this is the thing: a lot of people are opinionated, but they're not factual. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And a lot of people don't want to do the research, right? And that's because a lot of people are in positions of privilege to where their opinion weighs over facts. Especially when you start talking about white people that are founded and funded off of legacy.
Right.
You feel me? And so you have a lot of cats out here that are dismissive. I mean, you got a lot of black, man, come on, man. You got a lot of black and brown people. You know, you got a lot of people from Asiatic communities, indigenous communities that also don't support critical race theory. You know, because a lot of people are like, well, we'll keep bringing up the past. We keep bringing up the past, and we're trying to shape the future. But the history is constantly being rewritten, reformalized, and renormalized. Right? It's like this. It's like reconstruction. Is consistent and constant. It's just not a particular area in American history.
You know what? I think it's just really interesting. Yeah, you're right. Like, people manipulate history to think what they want, you know? They don't know that the founding fathers, you know, back then, there was people that were homesteading and homeless, and there's so many different, you know, but now they're making van life. Sorry, my nigga. I'm setting this whole vibe of my life right now, so I got my alarms going off.
Those are good.
They've got these. They're making all these laws illegal unless you're rich, unless you're white, unless you're a certain majority, even. And it's so funny about critical race theory. To go back on that, I wanted to say, I remember learning about the Holocaust and them sparing no detail or no. They were holding no details from me during explaining the Holocaust. All of the sick shit that happened, all that terrible, terrible shit that happened. Terrible.
It's in your face.
It's in my face. Multiple movies. You to know
about that shit.
And they're showing
it's not shit. It's not shit, excuse me.
Sorry.
They want you to know that history.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
It's facts. It's terrible. It's terrible what happened. And like they spared no detail. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh yeah. But then critical race theory, like, oh no, like what? And also, I remind people in the audience, anybody who's listening, that Black people are some of the only people in world history to not receive reparations. I'm pretty sure the only other time I could think about another person other than like Taliban, certain shit like that, is like Russia. When the USSR, all that shit, they didn't really necessarily dole out reparations for any of that shit. So the J. Stalin shit either. But every other nation has. Every other nation has doled out some sort of reparation, be it trade deals or money, anything.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. But it's a greater, that's a whole nother conversation around capitalism and private industry and free market. Right?
Right.
And so for me, like right now, even like the conversation around reparations, I talked to my grandma. I mean, I'll correlate it to this. I talked to my grandma about the election of Barack Obama, right? And I don't agree with everything that Barack Obama did, but I asked her, I was like, hey, did you ever think that you would be alive to see a Black person elected president? She said no, right? So I'm kind of caught up in the whole, okay, I'm 30. Will I ever get reparations? And will my kids or my grandkids ever get reparations?
Right.
And I'm not saying that we shouldn't continue having the conversation or fighting for it. I don't necessarily know if we have control over the accessibility to reparations. You know, when we should be trying to take control of our local community, right? And so for me, like, it's an important conversation, but sometimes we get so emotionally charged that it distracts us from other shit that we can obtain sooner.
That part.
You see what I'm saying? Right. So like, should we become emotionally distressed around reparations? I don't know. I would say no. We shouldn't.
Right.
But we should be thinking about,
I was gonna say,
like you said, local offices set the bar. Exactly.
So I was gonna,
that's real.
I was gonna say, before I light this, my guy Trayvon Dunbar is actually running for a local office in Tacoma. Yeah, be tokenish. Shout out. Yeah. I wanted to say that before I lit this, so on some official business.
And that's the thing, like, even Black people, because we're talking about Black leaders, right? Black leaders that are in management positions to make change. Now, yes, you don't necessarily have to be in a leadership position to make change. That's why grassroots movements are so successful. But right. I believe that we should be holding people of color accountable, because tokenism be getting people all fucked up sometimes, man. Tokenism will have you fucking forget about your own struggles, It's like when people get wealthy and they think that they've defeated racism because they got money. or they have wealth.
They got it
until some shit really pops off in their community, right? Or by the police, or at a restaurant, or at a bank. Then they're like, "Oh shit, racism still exists."
Right. It's just, yeah. The thing is, I want to know, as an educated black man, how do you stay sane in America? Like, for real, that's my thing, brother.
Comedy.
Mm.
Comedy.
That's very Shakespearean. That's very Shakespearean.
I would say comedy, dro. But I would say, if does one have a sense of self-peace? Do you have peace with yourself, knowing the obstacles that you'll be challenged with? Because if you have peace with yourself on the conscious level, then the obstacles that you're challenged with, you'll be able to see them ahead of the time before you have to come across that bump in the road. You know what I mean? So then we're not impulsive on how we respond to those barriers. You see what I'm saying? Like, so for me, I associate myself with like-minded people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't, like, bro, I remember when me and the homie, we were fighting the motherfucking Proud Boys, and me and him were talking one day, and I was like, bro, we've talked to like 200 black people on Capitol Hill about the Proud Boys coming to Seattle the following day. We're trying to recruit black men, bro, to combat the Proud Boys in motherfucking Westlake, and they were just blowing us off, bro. And that shit stressed us the fuck out, right? And we were like, damn, there's no solidarity between black men in Seattle. Like, what the fuck is that about? And then I noticed we cannot force people to change. Like, sometimes someone's conscious of spirituality, sometimes it's warped, it's gone, it's tainted.
Not that you can't make it back.
You can't make it back, but how much energy are you willing to address that? Now, I'm not saying like we should leave people in the past, you know what I'm saying, or throw them to the wolves. But when we talk about mental health, like if we get mentally distressed around black people, and then we get distressed about white people, then you damn near turn all that aggression to yourself. Right. Because it's almost like, damn, I'm not being heard, or either I'm not accepted. But once you have self-peace and you're conscious about yourself, all that shit is for the birds down there.
See, that's what I'm learning right now, man. Honestly, just like with, talking about therapy earlier, and being conscious at a young age too, like, I didn't know what was going on all the time, everything, but I knew shit was going on. I was so conscious at a young age. And like, to this day, it's like, I'm just gaining more consciousness. And it's like, sometimes it's like, I'm trying to pick and choose and be able to shut it off, all of the distractions, because there's just so many of them, and it's so and if you think about it, if you think about it, literally every source of media has a black person getting fucked up on it. Easy. Like, you turn to the TV, like 8 out of 10 shows, they're either not going to have any black representation, or they're going to have black people getting beat up. There's some new stuff on Netflix, don't get me wrong. There's some dope shit out there, like, you know what I'm saying, Concrete Cowboy is a dope one. They've got some different shit out there. They're changing.
But then if you watch the show Lupin, he's a master criminal.
And that show's dope. It's dope, but it's...
Right. But he's a master criminal fighting white collar crime.
It's so funny.
Nobody's talking about that, though.
Right. And then you...
But he's a master criminal quote unquote, engaging in criminal activity, seeking justice.
Mm.
You feel me?
It's crazy. So
and that show Lupin goes hard. But that's a whole other topic. But like you said though,
you turn on music. You turn on music. Boom. It's about black people getting fucked up. A lot of it. Oh, niggas catch a bullet. Bitches get this. Get the dick. Get the 30-round clip. Get the this and that. Okay. You know, it is what it is. You know, and we know that it's not all. You know, we know sometimes it's fun in games. We're not really meaning all of the shit, and it can be. But then it's like there's so many different depictions of just like anything. It's either not being represented or it's not or it's being depicted totally wrong. You feel me?
Yeah.
But
absolutely. But that comes down to that's free market capitalism for you. You know, like if it's profitable and look, white people like their paperwork. Okay, so if it's patent, if white people can make taxes on it, and if you can sell it, oh well. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember.
Shout out to my pops. He always says that.
So
white people love their paperwork.
So this is the thing though. So for example, like, you know, you watch a movie, right? And it'll say you cannot bootleg this movie. If you bootleg this movie, it's a felony and a fine.
Right.
But free market capitalism allows an entity to create the device to bootleg.
Not only that, but also movies that make fun of that movie too.
Right.
That's still the premise and do like just about everything but damn near copy of it.
Right. And you're like, well, how's that not copyright infringement, right? Exactly. But that's a whole nother conversation though. You know what I mean? But at the end, but when it comes down to sanity though, self-peace, knowing who you are, knowing, not necessarily knowing what your limitations are, but associating yourself with conscious people, you know, instead of beating yourself up around distractions and trying to turn people conscious, in a unconscious mind, some point in their life is going to be attracted to consciousness. It's just going to take time to lure people in. You know what I mean? And so I would say, man, you know, because I'm not perfect, bro. You know what I'm saying? The same music you're talking about, I listen to.
I listen to it too.
You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go listen to Kevin Gates, and Kevin Gates made a song called Seattle, and he's talking about dope in the city. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like, I actually really like that song. It's my favorite song right now. You know what I'm saying? And he's talking about selling heroin.
Right. Right.
You feel me? So it's like, but I'm to the point where I can accept what it is, and I still know what's going on in the city. But when it comes down to sanity, man, you know, just trying to put yourself in a position, you know, of leveling up, so you're not stagnated by white power. You know, whether that be like your boss or whatever, you know, whether that be you relocating or, you know, you branching out or just trying something new or starting an at-home business, you know, or fucking whatever, you know?
Right.
Shit. I almost quit my job the other day and I said, you know what, I have a master's degree, but and I have multiple sources of income, but I was like, I'm thinking about quitting my job and fucking cutting grass. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like for real though. Just off the rip, just to keep it 100 with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I don't want to receive these orders from this person, but you know, you have to also just be mindful of the things that you can control. You know,
right?
And if you can't control it, hey, like I said, white people like their paperwork. So in white corporatism, the first person to complain is usually the one that wins. So I'm filing hella complaints on white people. For real. will snitch on a white person. I don't care.
That part. Hold on, I gotta make this the status.
No, I'm just keeping it 100 though. You know, because and like this person said right here, white institutionalization. You know, we're trying to fucking snitch on a white man.
No, hey, I'm actually about to come out with these stickers, right? Because I was just going over it in my head, and I was thinking about, so the oppressor is bad, and like we know that there is an oppressor, but the worst thing is people who are like right beside you telling you to stop complaining about it. And like I get, like, okay, I understand if people are like, get creative with how you complain, do it in different ways. Okay, I get that. But
listen, in white institutions, like and this one I'm gonna talk about, like this cat right here talking about white institutionalization. I definitely understand where he's coming from, because you're talking about people stop complaining. I don't think, for me, in my history in the workforce, POCs are not complaining enough. We don't want to cause problems. We don't. Man, people are complaining on your black ass all the time and smiling in your face.
That's so true.
To keep it 100 with you, and then they might sue. They might quit their job and then sue the company because of some fuck shit. Like, I've been complaining, and you know, I feel harassed or I feel intimidated by motherfucking Tyrone, but fucking you guys are not doing nothing about it. But like, sometimes you gotta play their game, bro. You know, we've been playing their game, but now it's like, are we in the cusp of trying to create our own game? Are we still trying to be a part of the bourgeoisie class?
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's like, but that's the thing, like, but then it's like, do we knock people for making money?
No, so you know what? I was just thinking about this, and we got to manipulate the capitalist system that's in front of us, because as far as we know it, I'm not saying that there's not a better thing out there, but that right now, that is what we know, and it's hard to steer anybody in any other direction other than capitalism, because that's what we've known pretty much. So,
yeah.
Damn, I gotta turn off that damn alarm. Okay. So I'm saying,
right, like this person's.
And you know what? I was gonna say, I'm coming out with this sticker, right? Well, it says, "Never will I ever love my oppressor."
Yeah.
And then the other one is gonna say, "I love my oppressor. Said no one ever."
Yeah. No, that's fire. But like I was saying though, man, like, you literally have so many people, bro, that are complacent around where they are in life, you know? They got their job, they got their 9 to 5, they got their role and responsibility at their job. They go to Hawaii once a year. They take their kid to Disneyland. They're fucking big booty females or whomever they want to fuck. And they're just complacent in life, you know? So what is justice or change to someone that is paying their rent or paying their mortgage, feeding their kids, you know, on a daily? You see what I'm saying? All of that. You know, when you're able to get your needs met consistently, have money on the table, you're making $45,000-$50,000 a year. You know, your partner's bringing in money. Justice only matters as if it's blatant criminality against you and you're a direct victim. You know, and so sanity. So when you talk about sanity, sometimes I go insane. Well, black folks that don't understand what fucking justice. What's the difference between justice and accountability versus punishment?
You know, what is the difference?
So fucking complacent. justice, accountability, and punishment.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So if you get so ideally, justice is when something is addressed, right?
Mm-hmm.
That person is held accountable by something of authority, and they receive some type of punishment, right? And hopefully, with that sense of justice, those type of behaviors won't ever happen again, right? That type of victimization won't ever happen again. But justice is so individualized because not everybody gets justice. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like, for example, like with that Derek Chauvin, was that justice? Was that accountability? Or was that just punishment? For me, it was punishment. At first, I was thinking it was just accountability, but it wasn't, because the day that he was not even sentenced, the day he was found convicted, a cop killed a fucking girl in Ohio who was technically defending herself with a knife against somebody that was trying to beat her ass or jump her or something, you know?
Right.
So, like, the only way, like, that's a whole nother conversation. You know, we could talk about police reform and police intervention on another day, but justice, accountability, and punishment, those are like three different, like, for me, those are three different entities within the process of seeking justice, right? Punishment and accountability, you would think that would lead to justice, but it doesn't.
I mean,
not for everybody.
How do we even believe in a justice? What is a justice? Like, what is it? Is it fair? Like, what is it? What is it supposed to even mean? I never got it.
The idea of justice is a powerful entity, government power, right, through the judicial branch, that protects the general public from harm.
So it's about,
and then you hold those people accountable when they enter the court of justice, right? And if a punishment is given, whether that be the loss of freedom, the loss of property, the loss of finance, then hopefully the victim feels like justice was obtained.
Yeah, I never understood, you know, like going even back to the Greek meaning and all that. I never understood the whole, you know, how do they govern what is bad and what's good? And I mean, obviously, I think as a collective, we kind of have a general understanding of what's bad and what's good, right? But like, even back then when it was originally coming up with the term, how did they even this is bad, this is good, this is bad? And they had so many different laws from then that don't fly now. So I'm just like, no, and that's so true. That's so true.
Yeah, that right there, that old laws and then new laws right now, that comes with social change and things that are getting pushed through legislation, right? Yeah, most policing was funded to support the rich versus the oppressed.
Yeah, you know what? I'm starting a new like fetch term. You know, like the term fetch. Police are no longer called police; they're called government guardians, because that's all they do. They don't police anything. The term police is a wrong term. It's inaccurate completely for all people, not just black people, for every person.
Well, that's the thing, because you're absolutely right. But if you look at the word police,
but especially for black people,
right? But if you look at police, you got policy, policy, right? So the police help enforce laws as policy, right? But the issue is right now is that you got police that protect property, right? And then you have the fucking another issue that businesses in an established entity that owns property is considered a person. So then they be like, the police protect people, but then you got the fucking police with fucking armored tanks fighting people with fucking tennis rackets.
Well, no, actually, there's a case, right? There's actually a case of a woman who was called the police on a man. I believe this is like in California. She called the police on a man for stalking her. And the police could only do so much, right? After so many times watching and blah, 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 right? So when she was a victim of a crime, I think she had I can't remember, some type of sexual assault or something that happened to her.
Yeah.
She tried to sue the police station and she couldn't. They went all the way to federal court and they said, yeah, no, we're not going to uphold this.
Yeah. Was she victimized by the same person that she was trying to report on?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't want to bring up that case. That's because I don't know too many facts or the evidence behind that case, but that's fucked up because a lot of women don't get justice, bro. Because first of all, the criminal justice system is extremely predatory, and it protects the behaviors of most heterosexual white men, Now, I'm not saying that this person that victimized her is white or black or Hispanic or whatever.
Right.
But sometimes, depending on who's on the bench or who the motherfucking jury is, you got to be mindful of their own biases and their own morals,
Did you hear about those indigenous children in those schools?
Where?
It is in like Canada. I don't know where it is. Ina can tell me where it's at, but there's the I think they were saying 215, right? They kept saying 250. I was like, stop saying the number because there's going to be more. Stop playing with us. They kept hashtagging the certain amount. I was like, it's going to be more. And then I guess it's like 300 something.
What?
Yeah.
And that's the thing, though. So you have to look at who controls the education of indigenous people in the populace. Like who the fuck is protecting these kids from these adults that are raping them?
Well, no, I mean, not only that, it was basically these schools that they were forced to go to. That the same thing that happened in Australia too with the Aboriginals as well. Basically, where they like breed out your culture. They tell you like, they do everything up. Supposedly they're supposed to do everything up until kill you because they're fostering you as well, I guess. You're a warden of the state, blah, 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 right? But they do end up killing kids, and that was the truth. They kept saying, oh, well, we might be a little hard on these kids, but we're not killing them. And it's like, no, y'all were. Actually,
but you have
crazy.
To remember, though, too, a lot of that stems from Christianity. Because you're talking about a lot of people, when they look at the origins of like indigenous, some people will be like, oh, that's almost saying like they're uncivil.
Right.
You're not civilized. You're indigenous. You're not civilized. Although indigenous means original, right?
Right.
But you have so many people, especially people of power, that will force you and place you somewhere, and then you're just losing your sense of identity. And so, like, that's like, man, that's even like, hold on real quick. That's an even greater issue, bro. Hold on real quick.
Hey, I want to tell people out there too, man, Microdose Moods will be out soon. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting it out June 19th. Feel me? My first little EP. Feel me? Some beats and shit. You know what I'm saying? Go support your boy, Nathan Nice. It'll be under artist name, Nathan Nice, not Kitchen Couch TV. You feel me? So I'll tell you guys all about that. I'll have links, everything posted. So, yeah.
Also, to the few people that are on this live, or anybody that reviews it, make sure y'all go to the Jimi Hendrix Park on Saturday for Juneteenth. At 3 o'clock, there's going to be a concert, but there's going to be all sorts of shit popping off. There's going to be vendors, food, all sorts of shit.
That part.
So if you're in Seattle, slide to the CD and go to the Jimi Hendrix Park.
There's also one in Wright Park, too, in Tacoma, pretty sure.
Yeah.
As well.
For the Juneteenth?
Yep.
Man, how did you get ties with the Black Panther Party in Tacoma?
Man, you know what? That's a really interesting question. So basically, I knew a homeboy from some other shit, and he joined the Panthers, and I was just like still cool with him because you feel me, like he was always fucking with my statuses and shit, and like I was supposed to do an interview with him way back in the day, blah blah blah. You know, I just basically got tied in. You feel me, and I'm real as fuck, really. I mean, I'm about my shit. I feel like everybody who meets me in person pretty much can say that I'm exactly who I am, exactly who they thought I was. There's no real surprise. I mean, there might be a little surprise, but not much. You know, I'm pretty much me. So, so when I met, other Panthers, they were just like, shit, you know, this nigga's about what he's saying. He's not about to be on some op shit. I don't know. I guess that's what I can only assume. I guess you gotta ask them. But
I was just a little curious though.
It was, you know what?
I'm trying to see, like, is this something that they're re-ramping up? Because you hear about them, but sometimes they're in the shallows, you know, like they're not really being publicized. I'm not saying like for like national recognition or something,
right.
Just even in that I-5 corridor, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even tell you if there's a Black Panther Party in fucking Kent or Federal Way or Auburn or
right. Well, okay,
you know
from I don't want to like say all of this stuff. I can get into you with what I know outside of the Instagram, but basically there is one of Washington, and that is what kind of generally speaking it is, because Washington is kind of a big corridor of things. You know, obviously. I haven't really tapped in with the Seattle chapter, but I know that Seattle is actually Seattle is one of the oldest chapters, as well as Tacoma, of actual original Panthers, like to this day. So it's just kind of like we were some of the OGs. So it's kind of like, okay, but then, you know, they locked up a lot of OGs for this and that because they scared. You feel me? Exactly. So, but honestly, as far as I'm seeing on TikTok, even the Panthers, like on other states, like the Panthers in the Bay and the Panthers in Chicago, and they're getting some love too, though, on TikTok and shit. They're making TikToks and shit and like getting hella plays and shit. They're really going in, like for real. I seen some of LA. I seen some. I don't see too many in the South. That's the thing. We need more Panthers in the South. At least open wise, like, because I feel like, you know, the West Coast definitely got the Panther scene for sure. Like, there's definitely a scene for it. There's definitely a people out there for it. But like, holy shit, that sounded like a gunshot. Ooh. It's been live in my neighborhood. Hey, I wanted to talk about something that a lot of people in wherever neighborhood they might notice because of all these protests and stuff. Thank you. Shout out to Richport Do Rags. You feel me? Black owned. A lot of the police have been driving around more frequently, shooting shots in the air, doing reckless things to get people more a heightened sense of scared, so that they want to depend on the police more, and they stir up shit. Shit.
So there's data out there that over the past year, especially since like George Floyd though, and then Chop, because Seattle got hella recognition for the Chop shit,
right?
And basically fucking over the East Precinct. Fuck that place. But
for sure.
They've like so like they'll say, no, we're not responding to communities because of COVID, and we're only responding to certain crimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But historically, the police have had delayed responses in Black communities.
Fact. I mean,
especially if they know like there's gang activity or whatever, right? But now it's even slower. Nigga. Even if they're reform, right? But it's slower, like purposely delayed, because it's like, oh, well, Black people don't fuck with us anyway, so why the fuck should we go to their community? Have you seen that? Are you watching The Chi?
No, I heard I should, but you know what? I kind of have a thing about watching Black pain. I'm kind of, what was the sister that was on Blackish, the young girl that's like doing all the movies now? She has that term. She didn't want to do too much Black pain, and I'm kind of on that level, like where like. I remember, I think one of the last things I watched that was just, I mean, I still watch a little bit of stuff that's traumatic. There was a new one out on Netflix, and it was basically about a dude. Sorry. There was a dude, oh, you definitely need an audit of the police budget for sure. There was a dude who, he can go back in time with the drug. Oh, Synchronic. Watch that, guys. I'm not even gonna, it's got some racial undertones, but the ending might piss you off. Spoiler, the ending might piss you off in that Synchronic. But I'm just kind of weird about watching stuff about Black pain, like watching 12 Years a Slave, like crying and just being like, what the fuck? They got me fucked up. Watching the Nat Turner, and like, I was so pissed when I watched that movie. How they depicted Nat Turner, how they depicted him like he gave himself up. He didn't give himself up. They found his ass in a hole, bro. He was buried there for like 2 weeks. They caught, and when they caught him, they fucked him up so bad because they wanted to make an example. He didn't give a shit either. Yeah, when I watched that movie in theaters, it was me, my white girlfriend, you feel me, and 2 other white people randomly were in the movie. They got hella shit because at the end, I was just like, what the fuck? Hella loud, and like threw my fucking Slurpee or whatever. I was like, this is fucking trash. Like, oh, he didn't do that in real life.
But that goes back into your question earlier about knowing that white supremacy is everywhere, white power is everywhere. That goes back into your question about sanity, because film, music, all that has a spiritual vibration, and that shit can either charge aggression